This programming is brought to you by Pearland's Lower Kirby District, a 1,200-acre mixed-use district that is a business location for life science and medical device companies. More about Pearland's Lower Kirby District, workforce, and diversity at lowerkirby.com.
This is the Engines of Our Ingenuity, made possible by the Friends of KUHF Houston.
Today, a life well lived. The University of Houston's College of Engineering presents this series about the machines that make our civilization run and the people whose ingenuity created them. Nathan Reed was a brilliant colonial American original. When he died at 90 in 1849, he'd been a congressman, a gentleman farmer, a teacher of classics and Hebrew, a druggist, an iron manufacturer, all that, but his legacy lay in his inventions. He was a young Harvard student when the Revolutionary War began. When it ended, he was given a teaching post at Harvard. 4 years later, the restless Reed quit to study medicine, but then he left medicine to open an apothecary shop. By now, our new nation was struggling to create a technological base apart from Great Britain, and several Americans were trying to invent workable steamboats. Reed saw that as the way of the future, the way of his future. When our patent office opened in 1790, Reed was near the head of the line. He submitted both a steamboat and a steam car. Congress ridiculed the steam car, so he withdrew his application. So much for what would have been the first automobile patent. But he went back and refined his steamboat ideas. A year later, he held a patent for 3 steamboat components: a double-acting engine, a chain drive to replace paddle wheels, and, most important, a compact tubular boiler. The big low-pressure British steam engines were supplied by so-called haystack boilers, huge haystack-shaped pots with fires under them. Nathan Reed realized that if boilers were to be small enough to ride in vehicles, a large boiling surface had to be fit into a small place. To replace the old haystacks, he invented a boiler with a fire inside it. Water passed through the fire in tubes. After Reed, vehicular boilers all used either water in tubes passing through fire or fire in tubes passing through water. He failed to get funding to build a steamboat, but he stayed in motion, turned to manufacturing iron goods. He made cables, anchors, and other items for sailing ships. He invented a machine that cut iron strips into the right length for nails, then swaged a head and a point on the ends. In the forests of America, we built of wood, and Reed radically sped the needed production of nails. When he was 48, he moved to a large farm in Maine, where he spent the rest of his life. He served as a chief judge of his county court, and he was first appointed, then elected to terms in Congress. He founded a teaching academy, and he kept inventing: a windmill controller, a tidal energy system, a threshing machine, a coffee huller, and so much more. He invented a system that used the expansion of metals under varying temperatures to make a self-winding clock. His creative output was as inexorable as sunup. Early America was built so rapidly and so well because it had people like Nathan Reed. His was a life well lived just because it was a life filled with restlessness, variability, and vision. His inventions have mutated in form, but they serve us still, 2 centuries later. I'm John Lienhard at the University of Houston, where we're interested in the way inventive minds work.